Welcome into the channel and welcome to Cozy Game Restoration Demo. This will be our last demo for Steamfest. Oh, let's see what we got here. Looks like we're just going to go to New Game. It should be pretty chill. Box 1. Purchase. Alright. Interact, pan, camera, zoom. Alright, apparently I didn't need to see that. Get all this tape out of here. Oh, I will check inside. The tape went through the box. Oh, look what we have here. A very messy desk. First off, oh, I was looking to see if I could just grab something and knock all this stuff off my desk so it's not in my way. Let's see what we got here. Remove liquid and debris. That's not what a heat gun does. UV torch. Solvent for ink. Yeah. Polish for scratch. Just going through. Move item, rotate. Tweezers, pull stickers. Yeah. Got it. We could start with this, but got it. Careful with this. Don't pull the label off. Don't ruin the label. Oh, look at that, right in the trash can, like I meant to do it. One of my biggest pet peeves with retro games is when you go into like a used game store, they put their labels or their like price tags all over the label. It's like you have so much more room to do it. Or when they'll have a bunch of cartridge games stacked up in a case, but they put them in a stupid way where you can't see what title it is. Well, that's a little something about me, I guess. What is, I don't know what this blue thing is. That supposed to be drawing on there, or is that some kind of sticker? I'm going to assume I can't just grab that. I don't like all this stuff being in the way. I'm sure as hell not going to sit here and pick all these up and get rid of them. Is there something under there or no? Guess not. Polish, a solvent, sure. Put that over there. Usually I would take some rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip, start cleaning up that, but this apparently. Let's just get our solvent out of a eyedropper, which is fine. Should work the same way. I'm not too worried about the stuff that's not on the label. That stuff I can use the toothbrush for. Probably do a better job at. But the stuff that is on a label, I don't really want to sit there and start rubbing on that with a toothbrush. See how I feel about this game. It might be relaxing to some, but I've had so many hours of oh, cleaning up actual games. This might be a traumatic experience for me. I guess good thing it's a something I'm familiar with because the tutorial told me pretty much nothing. But I feel like if you're purchasing this game, you kind of know what you're in for. You're clean the cartridge. That's really about it. I really don't know what that blue thing's supposed to be. I might end up just leaving it on there. Grab our toothbrush quick. Well, I didn't clean shit. Not a little bit, not much though. I wonder if they're going to let us pull this apart and clean all the pins and connectors and stuff too. I think I need to tighten up my monitor arm. Me moving this back and forth on my desk is shaking my monitor pretty good. Stay off the label, stay off the label. I also am kind of curious if this is just clean as much as you want and then get graded on that, or if I have to finish the whole thing, it's going to tell me. I'm going to guess, based off the way this looks, that this game was made overseas, because this looks more like a PAL Super Nintendo game to me. And this says UV torch instead of flashlight. Maybe that's just me looking into things too much. What am I going to do for that grime down there? Do I just add a ton of solvent? Because that really didn't seem to do much. There we go. This is one dirty cartridge. I kind of just want to cover the whole thing with the solvent. It's weird. It kind of sounds like the music's cutting out. Well, not as weird as it is now with no music. Sure, this is not how they expected you to handle this, but I wonder if I can damage the game or not. Let's find out. Hmm. I think the game looks worse than when I started. Q-tip sure gets dirty quick. Where's my bottle of Brasso or Bright Boy? My 1-up card. If you know, you know. Oh, look. Now I've got things I didn't even see if this was down here the whole time. The ink and adhesive, I still got some of that left. Stickers, 86%. I'm guessing there's some on the back. Dirt's only 23%. That's the part I need to fix. Just because this says, I gotta look up. Oh, reveals. Duh. I was like, it's just a flashlight. It shouldn't do any of that stuff. That makes more sense. Dry this up so I can see a little better. Try not to hang on that label for too long, otherwise it'd start peeling up. Flip it over. I want to see what the back of this looks like. It's all sandy. Why is it so sandy? What are they doing with their games? I've actually never thought to use a tweezers to remove those stickers. I've always just used my fingernail. That's gross. Ew. I don't really know if I'm making anything better here. I keep going back over here like there's going to be some special tool that I didn't see before, but there's not. Let's see if we get all this. Man, that toothbrush thing gets even dirty even quicker than the Q-tip. But I've seen some dirty 64 games where I've literally gone through probably 50 Q-tips trying to clean them. I had this idea that my complete collection was going to be pristine. Then I realized that I don't care enough to do all that. Once I finished an entire library, everyone started asking me if I was going to go for a complete box or what my plans were. I was like, no shot. Too rich for my blood. I'll have to look at that community tab on YouTube and maybe I'll post a picture of my complete set in there some point. I mentioned it in a past video. I don't remember what video it was, but I completed that. The last game I needed was a soccer game, International Superstar Soccer 2000. And I got that at the Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 2 years ago, I think. Might have been 3, but I think it was 2. But I had found every other game and was down to just that one for a very long time. And then the first time I found it, I got really excited and realized it was a PAL copy, which, for those that aren't familiar, PAL would be uh, Europe. And so I had to try again. And eventually got it. And I was super pumped the day that I got it. Me and another guy that I worked with, a good friend of mine. I was pumped. He was pumped for me. The guy who was selling to me could not have cared less, which was unfortunate. But ran into some other YouTubers there, and they were supportive and happy for me, so that was cool. If anyone's randomly watching this is into the retro game scene, especially the retro game scene on YouTube, you might know some of the people. I've seen Pat Contry, he goes there sometimes. I've seen John Riggs, who's super nice guy. That guy is ridiculously down to earth, and I feel like even if he was busy, he'd sit there and let you talk his ear off and tell you all your stories, and he'd have cool stories back to tell you. I can't say enough how nice he is. Uh, Metal Jesus is super down to earth too. Seen him there once, maybe twice. Who else? John Hancock. He's a good guy. We used to see Kelsey Lewin there. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but her and Cody ran some stores out in Seattle called Pink Gorilla that are just really, really cool retro game stores based kind of themed after Super Potato and kind of have like the Japanese game store vibes. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, she kind of focuses more on the uh, retro video game museum, which is really cool because some of these games are hard to find. There's not a whole lot left, so to kind of get a collection together and put it in a museum where people can enjoy looking at them and learning about it in the future is awesome. For those who aren't into retro video game collecting, you wouldn't believe when you get into that scene. Like it is a whole new like community and world. Like it's just so much to learn. And man, this thing looks like crap. I don't know if that's supposed to be a sticker. I guess I can try to grab the thing. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'll try with some solvent on there one more time, I guess. I wouldn't think, man, that gonna make a difference. I was gonna say I was wondering if maybe it was just one of those real difficult stickers and they expect you to put solvent on there and let it soak in. I missed that one. Oh, there we go. It is coming off. Maybe that's supposed to be marker. I don't know if I'd be taking a toothbrush to this label, especially depending on the game. So how come our little thing isn't up down here anymore? I see we got the progress up there, but for those of you that find this to be chill, cool. I'm sure other people are like, well, why? Why would anybody waste their time doing this? And the answer to that is it's because I'm a little bit nuts. And if you think I'm nuts, then I'm wasting my time doing this. Well, think about the fact that you're sitting there watching me do this. So now who's crazy? Hmm? Didn't read that message that popped up about ending the day. Hopefully that's not something I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know. There's stuff on here I don't think I'm going to get that clean unless I spend way too long. One way to not have to do that is to not take your retro games to the beach with you. Toothbrush it. And I am glad I went with the extra large mouse pad. Oh, I can move it. Okay. Found out you can use right mouse button to move this a little bit, not have to put down the brush and grab the hand tool. Well, if we're looking at the game just from this side, we'd say we did a pretty good job, huh? Other than up against the edges there, when I'm trying to rub right there, it's going around the corner, but... Where's my heat gun? Let's see if I do the UV thing. Yeah, a little grime. I don't think I was ever this meticulous about cleaning or shining UV lights on it or anything. Maybe if I had like a copy of Stadium Events for the NES. I don't know what that game goes for now. It is not a cheap one though. I'm actually kind of curious. I might look that up while I try to do this one-handed. Back. Let's get this like not in my face so much. That'd be great. Maybe the two-handed method ain't gonna work trying to do that. The back's not terrible. Where is it? I know I really shouldn't be doing this right now, but I'm curious. I got my whole game collection app I need to go through. Let that load for a minute. Yeah, I think they said the demo of this is 4 days, and then it stops. So I don't know if we're going to do all 4 days of it or not. I guess if I post this one and people seem interested, I could do it for the next ones, but... Almost there, almost there, almost there. There we go. Stadium events. Loose copy. 20 grand. Sealed. Says $100,000. I'm willing to bet a sealed copy would probably go for more than that. Like a lot more. And oddly enough, I've seen a lot of them. I've seen way more of those than I have that stupid soccer game that I have. Look, I got. Hell yeah. I just thought about that. I was like, I didn't realize that I actually got up and moved around to the other edge of the desk. Our trash bin's down here now. I'm really getting involved with this. I mean, that's 76%. How much do they really want you to do on this? Sit on that side for a while there. If you guys have spent any time taking apart old games, or especially old game consoles, leave a comment. Let me know what the grossest thing you ever found was. Honestly, pulling everything apart, me personally, feels like it kind of took a step back with the design of some of the Xboxes. Some of them where they have to cool them, it's literally sucking all the dirty air in one side and then blowing everything across to all the chips and stuff in there to blow it out the other side. I don't know why that's the design they came up with. Might. Did I have like a limited amount of solvent? Because it sure as hell doesn't look like I'm adding any now. Sometimes you gotta get in there with the good old fashioned cotton swab. Not the other word. I'm not sponsored by them. I think, I can't tell. I might have only been able to use so much solvent and it's gone. Oh yeah, that still looks like shit. I was wondering with games like this if the whole point is I'm supposed to be quiet, shut the hell up so people can just sit back and vibe, and I'm ruining it for everyone. Fill up all the crevices. No, chat. No, not like that. One thing I will say about this game is on the toothbrush for grooves and stubborn grind, saying that that would mean to me the stubborn grind part at least would be the stuff you can't get off with a Q-tip. But on this game, it seems like if you can't get something off with the toothbrush, you should go to the Q-tip, which is actually the complete opposite of what they're saying. Then I have one side that I didn't wipe down at all yet. Maybe I need to do this to rotate it. Congratulations, I just figured out how to move all that. Use this in these grooves. Honestly, doesn't seem like it's doing a whole lot. Here, I probably should add more solvent. Maybe not. I wonder if this game makes you go get all the way to 100%. Because honestly, I'd be probably okay with this the way it is. Other than, like I said, I'd probably be opening it up too. Maybe you do clean that on there. Squirt a bunch of solvent down here on the pins. %10 to go. So much easier to see the dirt when it's dry. At this point in the video, if someone's still watching it, you're a real one. I don't think it's actually making us clean the pins. At least not like super in depth. Where's my stupid little light thing? Yeah, I can see that. Just those tiny little bits. So, if I could figure out how to get this back flat on the desk. There we go. I think what I'll do is I'll once over in all the grooves and I guess a little bit on the label here and see if it's good enough for them. The idea of squirting a bunch of solvent all over the label is killing me inside. Where are we at? 93. Let's see if we can get this to go up some more. Gotta remember that to keep cleaning it off on that little pad thing. Oh, 1 up 1 more %. Hey, how the hell did our garbage can, or I guess the garbage can and the pad were always on the same side, huh? No, I kind of want a little dinosaur desktop garbage can. Well, there's a key right there. Flashlight. Maybe dry it off first. Yeah, you can see all the little scratch marks from my from a toothbrush. Speaking of scratch marks, I think that's the one thing I haven't used. Is this little polish for scratch. I don't know what's considered scratch, but I seen that little nick right there and it made me want to try it. And then what? Take a toothbrush over it? Oh no, it's going downhill. I guess don't do that. What was our highest so far? 97, right? So that essentially did nothing. Build us up to tear us back down again. There we go, 98. What is going on in there? See that? Looks bad in there. I don't know what it wants in there. But there's definitely something there. Maybe just shadows I'm looking at. At 99. Let's try a little more solvent right here. Squirt it all over the place. Hey ho. Clean, 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 clean. Surely they can't be talking about putting that stuff on scratches on the label. That wouldn't make any sense at all. We're going to get this. I believe in us. See, and everyone at work today told me I have no patience. What do they know? Those little marks are bothering the hell out of me. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to have to go back to the beginning of the video and see if I put all those marks in there, if they were already there. There's no way that's going to do anything. Torch. Damn, you can still see all the residue from the stickers. That's got to be it. I thought the label looked pretty good. Quite the dilemma because I can't see it. But I know it's there. But then if I got it, I don't think it's going to go up past 99% till I dry it off. No shot. Hand tool. Let me see. There's got to be a different side that they're talking about. Super good boys. Nothing fun about a super good boy. Well, I learned today that I have to be careful with certain games. Otherwise, I'll get copyrighted in Russia. I also realized I've been saying the game name wrong. It's not Mecha Chameleon, it's, I don't know, Mecha, I don't know, some Japanese word. I think he said it was Japanese for like stealth or something. Can I call 99% good enough? Oh, it's good to know that button does that. Oh, you can add more light. That's weird. I think I can click that and just end it whenever. Now with the scratch polish stuff, it's like, I don't know what they want you to do after you put it on there. I don't think it actually does anything. Well, I think we're about to call 99% good enough. I don't want to keep you guys here while I go crazy about this. All right, give me the light. We'll do one more look over. That little bit is not enough to make me worried about it. That doesn't look that bad to me. But I will go right along this edge here quick. Look at that. That was it. Boom. Oh, yeah. Let's go to hand quick. Flip it over. And there is our 100% cleaned copy of Super Good Boy for the Super 16. Appreciate you watching that. If you're still here, like I said, you're a real one. I will let you go, and I will see you in the next one.